Spotlight, we're getting a little more personal with people. Now, continuing this trend, we'd like to shine the spotlight on a certain group here at AWC. We have the television production class. Take a look.
Wait.
My dream job would be, I would like to be a philanthropist.
My dream job would be to work for E!News, something that Ryan Seacrest does along those lines with Mario Lopez and that sort of thing.
I want to write the chick flick to end all chick flicks.
My dream job would probably be working for Fox Sports or the NFL Network. I think that would be a pretty amazing job.
My dream job would be working for like a TV news station or newspaper company.
I really want to be a film director.
Involved in the industry, the movie industry itself.
I'd love to have my own talk show.
And I am interested in entertainment, so to be actually working there, all in it with the people.
I want to write for TV. I've got ideas for series. I've got ideas for adaptations for novels and plays.
There's stories that invoked emotion in people, and that's always what I wanted to do.
Such as a cameraman, an editor, anything that has to do with the industry, the movie industry.
I ooze talent.
I work well with people just all around.
All my life, I've been a storyteller.
My photography that I do, sports photography, engagement photos, stuff like that.
I really haven't gotten very many compliments yet.
You spell really well, Manish.
Mostly the technical aspects of things.
Being funny, that's about it.
You either got it or you don't, and I definitely do.
I have a really outgoing personality.
Made up characters, and I would tell people about what I and the characters were doing.
Maybe just showing up.
Machinery and hardware.
That's all I know how to be.
Next question, please. We don't have all day. 5 years would be the same thing as my dream job.
Working as a reporter, I want to be an infield reporter.
I was going to say in the ground.
I definitely see myself working for a big network.
I'm scared to think that far.
A film set, directing people. Maybe not directing because 5 years is a very short amount of time.
It's the movie industry, whether it be a cameraman, a grip.
I see myself winning an Oscar and thanking everybody.
To that I shall answer with an even better question. What skills haven't I acquired that would make me not have a job?
I have my cosmetology license, which I could fall back on. You know, I do hair. I don't practice it right now, but I kept that up just in case.
You can always start being a server.
I'd probably go back to photography, something involving photography, whether it be sports photography or weddings, things like that.
Go back and learn new skills and gain new knowledge, and then try and apply those to a type of job I'm interested in.
I will find something more local and start out small, and instead of working and then going in big, I'll just have to work my way up to where I eventually want to be.
The skills that I've learned from editing and from Sherry's class itself has been learning how to write a script and put a production together, and I hope I can apply those skills with like the local talent here. I can make music videos with them.
I chose media arts because I wanted to fulfill my dream of becoming a philanthropist, working for the people, talking about people to the people.
I chose this major because I've always been interested in, you know, the news and just always being up to date and constant on what's going on in the world. I don't really watch the news as much as I probably should, but I think it'd be so fun to be at a news studio and all the live action that's going on. And so I chose it because it's always changing. There's a constant change in it. I think there's always opportunity in this field, and I think it's really exciting, and I want to pursue it because I think it's very interesting. It's something that I've always dreamed about doing.
Taking the TV production class because I do want to get an overall picture of what filmmaking looks like. Even though my main aim is to be a screenwriter, I want to look at how all of the facets of filmmaking integrate so that I can be more supportive towards the other departments that would have to produce the piece I intend to write.
To be honest with you, I wasn't really for sure why. I did it just because it sounded fun, and now I'm just learning a lot more.
I had already taken some courses on journalism, and I thought I'd take some on television production. So if I ever go into TV news, I could either do TV talent or I could do production at a TV news station.
Because I'm good at it.
Because I'm interested in that part of the industry, the whole filmmaking aspect of it.
Oh, I've gone through so many adversities. Try being raised by wolves, for one.
Well, when I was 18, actually a week before my high school graduation, I got in a car accident, and it basically took a year off my life because I was hospitalized for several months, had to do rehabilitation, and I had plans, I had goals. As soon as I graduated from high school, I was going to move on to school and that sort of thing. But coming out of that, because a lot of people said she's not going to make it, she's not going to live, but I did. So coming out of that, and now that I am in school, now that I have accomplished things, I think that's really special to me, because I didn't let that, even though it was a big change in my life, something horrible that had happened, I didn't let it shape the rest of my life and my future. I just went on and progressed, and 7 years later, I am in school and fulfilling what I want to do in my life.
There was a time I was married to somebody. He was a grip, which is an industry word for handyman, and he had aspirations to be a producer, which cost a lot of money. I had great credit. We were a match made in heaven, and he had dreams of writing a feature-length narrative of his own, and started working on a screenplay. And I'd never seen a screenplay before, and he had me take a look at the first 20 pages, 20 minutes or so that he'd written. One of his scenes in the screenplay, it just starts out, exterior, Saigon Street, day, which is what you do in screenwriting, but he jumped immediately into the action. The hero of the piece starts doing all this kung fu stuff, and he's jumping around from rickshaw to a rig, and I'm going, you didn't describe the Saigon Street. Oh, that's not my job, that's the job of the set department. I'm going, if you're gonna create this story, you need to set the scene. I don't know what a Saigon Street looks like. Go take a look at some pictures and put that in there, what it looks like. I can write a better screenplay than you. And that's pretty much out of that small incident. It's not a negative incident, but I made a decision that I could be a better storyteller in screen and in print than this guy. We're not married anymore.
About 3 years ago, I had a spinal cord injury, and I was told I would never walk again. I started out from a wheelchair to a walker, and then went to a cane. I mean, it was pretty crazy. I mean, they had us. We all went and looked at like wheelchair accessible vans and stuff, and then I started going back to school. A couple semesters, like I said, I was in a wheelchair, and then I went from a walker, and now I'm starting to walk better.
Challenges, I've had plenty of challenges, but my biggest challenge, I think, right now is trying to find a job.
When I was 18, I had a heart attack. Most people don't know that. I was just hanging around with friends, and I had pains in my left arm, and my heart started hurting, so I drove home, and I burst in the door, crying to my mom and everything, and she took me to the hospital, and instantly they said, you're having a heart attack, so I got airflown to Phoenix, and they just kind of took care of me up there. It was like 4 days of my life. It's weird because I thought it'd be longer.
I dropped out of school at an early age, and now I'm returning.